everyone's holding sacred knowledge, and I know every single one of you knows something that I don't about everything, every topic. So it's not like any one of us as a single person knows more than anyone else. Okay, so we're gonna start off by basically introducing ourselves and pass around this bowl and choose a crystal that resonates well with you. I put a variety of crystals in there. Every single one of them is very powerful. It's just there's certain ones that are gonna be unique at the end, and I'm gonna be able to point out why they're unique. And it's also fun to see what kind of crystal people choose.
Yeah.
It's like really, oh, that'll be like, I mean, certain people want a rougher crystal, certain people want like a really beautiful crystal. But yeah, so anyways, I'm Joshua Sisler. I grew up in Santa Cruz, and I'm living in San Francisco, and like my life's been really unique in the last 2 years when I slowly but surely introduced myself to crystals, or they introduced themselves to me, because that's how interesting crystals are. Anyways, I'm sure you're all beautiful people. You just slowly but surely get to know each other, so we don't have to introduce each other, but like, you know, this is a good group.
So, yeah. It's nice to meet you. Yeah.
Feel free, definitely go down the line and introduce yourself.
Melanie, right?
Melanie.
Yeah,
Paul.
Paul. Melanie.
Anna.
Anna.
Ashley.
Carrie.
Carrie.
Griffin. Cool name. Bree.
Bree, did you say Bree? Bree, awesome. Claire. Danny. Okay, well, blessings to every one of you for coming here today. Something very important is going to happen, because every single thing that happens in life happens for a reason. And you showed up to a really unique workshop. I talk about a lot of trippy stuff. You know what I mean? I'm sure every single one of you came here because, you know, we're thinking outside the box. We're not necessarily inside the box right now. Okay, so we came here to talk about stuff that's outside the box. I mean, you can either choose to take it, you know, or leave it, but I would suggest at least doing a little bit of research and seeing how well it resonates with you, because it's really blown my world. I mean, enough for me to want to bring this many crystals to a place like this and like express what I do. So so like, hey, has anyone gone to Burning Man?
Yes.
Burning Man, basically almost everyone. Okay, so
I haven't.
first time I went there 2 years ago, had a beautiful experience. Last year I went, and for some reason I had brought a few crystals, and we had set up a beautiful display, so I decided to, at the first attempt to go to the temple, I realized I had my very first crystal I had ever purchased with me, and I decided to bring it to the temple. And after doing a really powerful meditation, I am almost certain I unlocked some information out of this crystal. And it was a really unique experience. I was getting a little bit loud, even though you're supposed to be really peaceful in the temple, but I was like really in tune with what was going on, and I was sharing my knowledge with everyone. So at that moment, I had an ultraviolet light, and I was hitting my crystal with the light for some reason, just because it was like kind of cool. I had a light in the crystal, how could it illuminate under the light? And it would hold and capture the light within each prism of the crystal, and I found about 20 to 30 different places within this little crystal that was capturing the light within its prism. And I was like, oh my god, I almost felt like, wow, am I like, if I hit this the right way with a certain code, am I gonna like open Pandora's box? And I felt like I did.
Yeah.
So, has everyone got a crystal?
Yeah, so.
Okay, sweet. Well, so we'll check those out later, and we'll have fun. Keep the crystal, you know, let it resonate with you. Keep it for a memory for this trip, you know. You came out here to the Third Degree Festival, and now you have something beautiful to keep with you and remember this, you know, this gathering. So after I did my meditation and I was like super excited, I shared with everyone how unique this crystal was and how it was kind of guiding me. I got home and told my mom, and she was blown away. She had other things she wanted to share with me, but didn't necessarily share it at that moment. So I got back from Burning Man. I was really excited about crystals, and I started like, where can I find crystals? So I started searching online, which online I believe is our modern day Akashic records. You know, if anyone has done any research on the Akashic records, it's an information field. It's documented. The earth documents everything we do because we are all part of its living organism. Just like everything that would happen within our body, we have documented. You know, we still somewhat recall. We can recall every memory. And so that's what's going on with the earth right now. We're a part of it, so we're part of this living organism. It documents every thought, though. So that's why it's so unique, the Akashic records. So our internet right now does have like basically everything we need to ascend. Like, so much knowledge is readily available on our modern day Akashic records. I mean, right now there's an information field of energy, of information that we can access, but we need a device to access this information. Slowly but surely we're going to become the device that accesses this information freely, because we are the people who created this device, and slowly but surely we will be in tune. So right now, I got on the internet, my modern day Akashic, and slowly started researching. I'm like, okay, where am I going to find beautiful crystals that are illuminated under light? Because I liked how these crystals illuminated under light, and at nighttime they're really beautiful, how you can show off how they work. It's really beautiful. I was like, okay, so I started freely searching, and I couldn't get anywhere. It was like out of the state. I'm not gonna be able to find crystals anywhere near me. So I kind of gave up on that, because I didn't want to drive like 8 hours or, you know, advance that much time and to go finding crystals yet. And I just kind of went with my intuition, and I grew up in Santa Cruz, so I went up to Bonnie Doon where I grew up, and I was biking through the mountains up there. And sure enough, I was like, Mom, I feel like there's something special up there. I feel like there's gonna be crystals on that mountain. And she says, okay, we'll follow your intuition, because that's what we've always been told to do, you know, follow your intuition. Usually you get an excited feeling because something in the near future is about to affect your reality. And that's why we know we can already kind of feel the outcome of reality before it happens. That's what it is, you know, it's intuition. Okay, so that's what we're tapping into, our intuition, to get guidance to find these crystals. So all of a sudden, I'm like hiking, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go hike to the spot where me and my dad rode bikes through once or twice when I was like 7. And it brought back so many beautiful memories going on this hike. So along the way, I'm like, it's just bringing back beautiful memories. I think it's energetic connections from being in a place you've been in the past. You can align yourself again. And not to mention, it was really beautiful. It's Bonnie Doon, sacred redwood trees. You know, you're passing grandfather redwood trees along the way. So they're holding so much energy anyway. So every time you even go on a hike, you're gonna rejuvenate your energy. So sure enough, we get to the bottom of the hill, and this is not like an easy hike. We're like 15,000 feet like elevation, and it's like this. And I'm bringing Ashley along with me. She's like, we're gonna bring crystals back this whole way. And sure enough, we ended up, you know, with more than this. We had about 50 pounds of crystals we're bringing back. You know what I mean? And so we get to the bottom of the hill, and the first hill we decided to climb on, we started finding crystals about this big. So it was like a really energetic feeling, and also a sense of satisfaction.
What kind of crystals were they?
What's that?
What kind of crystals were they?
Well, it was calcite, and that was the unique thing about it. You know, I'll slowly but surely lead into that, because I was talking about our pineal gland and how we need to be activating it right now. When it does activate, and when we flush our pineal gland with water, there's microcrystals of calcite and magnetite, which is so unique. Okay, so now I was intuitively guided to a crystal that's inside of my brain right now, that's wanting to activate. Every time my pineal gland activates and flushes with water, I'm having microcrystals spark together, and my inner retinas are viewing this as my reality. So that's why we can play around with it. That's why we like, oh, right now, if I came up with a thought or decided to put it out here for you guys, maybe every single one of you could help me manifest that right then and there, because us as a collective, we're so much stronger. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're tapping into our minds. And so the crystals, that's why they were so unique to me. I understood that they were calcite. And then I did all this research, and slowly but surely, as I evolved in the last year, because it's happening so rapidly, I started finding about the Merkaba, our light body, and how we ascend, and this vehicle, and how we can actually go at the speed of thought. So we can travel to distant star clusters like the Pleiades and stuff, and this is how we will do it when we become basically masters of our own body and how we can ascend. But then I dig deeper, and this is when this really hit the spot, and this actually just happened 3 days ago. So things are still happening so rapid, and it's awakening. For me even, you know, I've come to all these awakenings. This didn't just happen. This has been an ongoing process. It's happened for 2 years, but yet 3 days ago I'm looking through the Book of Stones, which has been a beautiful gift that someone gave us, and it's the most unique metaphysical book that's been, you know, basically published recently, basically in like 2011. And I'm coming along looking up calcite, because I understood that's the crystal I found. And it gets so direct when you find it, because there's many different kinds of calcite. And then sure enough, this one has a really unique name. It's called the Merkabite calcite. And they directly relate this kind of crystal to our ascension vehicle. And so that got even more important for me. So now I'm trying to share these crystals with everyone. I have enough to gift to everyone as well. And these are so powerful. I'm going to do a little read up on just like on what this book right here says about it. And this is why it's so powerful, everyone. I mean, you might just take in what I have to say, but this is a really powerful book. Some people put a lot of love into this. Some masters of their own domain. Some people are holding the crystal skulls and being intuitively guided, just like I'm being guided by these crystals. So they got this information from a higher level of consciousness. So this is stuff that's like, how you can even figure this out, but it really does blow people's minds. And towards the end here, it says, Merkabite calcite is a stone that should be spread amongst people for the purpose of the overall rising of humanity's vibration. Okay? Now right now, what we need to do to ascend to a higher level of consciousness is raise our vibration. And the unique thing about these stones and why I found them, I knew right away I was supposed to be gifting them to every single person. So I've been going to every single festival this year, from lighting in a bottle to emissions to rain dance, with my unique little box. And at night I use my ultraviolet light to show people how unique these crystals are, because when you get that visual confirmation on how they glow with an energetic quality, you can grip people. So that's what I'm doing. I'm here to gift certain crystals, and also give people the direct tool to become in tune with what's going on. So I'm sharing crystals in every way, in every energetic form that they have right here with people, so they can, feel what I'm feeling. So these crystals are very unique, and then we can keep going back to this mountain and getting a rejuvenation of what they have to offer, and I will go find more, and I will keep sharing them with every single person. And that's so unique, because when you're at it's so hard for people to share this information, because a lot of people just huck it out the window. But a lot of times when you do these intimate one-on-one workshops and you gift them a crystal at night, and all of a sudden they see the energetic glow it has, and then you spit a bunch of this in their ear, it kind of really grips them, and they have to go home and think about it. They're like, dude, who was that weird wizard? Was it Harry Potter? But that's what's going on. We actually have these powers, to actually manifest it. And these are tools to allow us to become more in tune with how we do this. So that's basically what my intimate workshop is doing right now. I'm trying to share with everyone what we're doing. And I've manifested almost instantaneously, if we can, you take off your macabre necklace for me. But you don't have to. I just want everyone to see the necklace, okay? It's unique.
It is unique.
So,
that's cool.
And becoming directly in tune with crystals and being able to manifest faster and faster and faster. So she has this unique piece. We got it from a friend in India.
We're already passing it around.
Okay, it's the basic light vehicle. And after I see this, I didn't necessarily want the exact same thing, so I didn't even try and come close to manifesting one of these. And then sure enough, when we were at lighting in a bottle, this girl comes over and we were doing a fun trade, and she busts out of her little pouch a few crystals and what she might want to trade, and then this falls out. And it was like, I just basically manifested squared. So we don't necessarily manifest anymore. We manifest with a little bit more on top of it. And this will directly link to how I got my Burning Man tickets. Everyone here wanted Burning Man tickets. Did everyone get their Burning Man tickets? Yes?
I didn't.
So everyone did, right? Don't say you didn't, because it's not that far away and you're still about to. Okay, every single one of us can manifest our ticket. And I didn't necessarily just manifest a ticket. I was like, okay, the whole time everyone asked us, how are you going to get tickets? And I was like, I'm going to manifest one. A lot of people laugh because it's funny. But it's funny, this guy's manifest everything, right? But it's kind of funny when things kind of fall into place. So sure enough, I was at Rain Dance, and one of my good friends from Santa Cruz was doing live painting while I set up my crystal display. And he comes and says, oh my God, I didn't know you're so into crystals, and the energy that you hold is so strong. So I'm actually building an art structure on the playa right now, and he's like, we need a third person to build a crystal. So I got given my ticket, and I'm not just given a ticket, I'm actually gonna build a crystal on the playa. So if you don't hear me screaming, you haven't seen what I set up on how into crystals I am, then that isn't life saying that, yeah, you have the capability to manifest whatever you want. And right now my energetic goal is crystals. So right now I manifested building a crystal. If last year I wanted a little mini, who knows, whatever, a little mini pyramid, I would have been standing on top of a mini pyramid on the playa, So, I'm just saying, that's how interesting it is. We don't necessarily just manifest anymore, we manifest squared. Wow. And it kind of shows right here, in a sense that I got a piece of blue apatite inside of a Metatron's cube on crack. So, here's your beautiful piece. It's all beautiful, but I just didn't necessarily want that. I wanted a little bit more. But it shows. And that happened just almost instantaneously too, because I got her that the weekend before when we were at a festival. So, and there's more and more beautiful crystals to share and everything that they have to offer, but I wanted to get into that. And does everyone know about the precession of the equinox? No? Alright, well that's what the Mayan calendar was measuring. Everyone knows, okay, then you obviously know about 2012 and coming to the end of the Mayan calendar.
Yeah.
What they were documenting is a very, very powerful rotation that the Earth is on right now. Because every single day the Earth spins around in a circle. And then once a year it spins around